The year is 1994, and electronic games are in shambles. Gone were the experiments of the 70s, like Merlin, Einstein, Simon, Fabulous Fred, and much more. Thus, it was the era of portable video games. The Game Boy was in the hands of millions ever since it came out in 1989. And Tiger Electronics, of all people, were able to sell millions of LCD chip renditions of popular video games or franchises, and that trend would continue all throughout the 90s. Electronic games were finished, and thus this story almost came to an end. But one hopeful day, someone stood up and decided to make an electronic talking game in the likes of which there was in the late 80s. Despite an oversaturated market of LCD video games that would make great birthday presents, someone did it. But who heard this cry for help? Who made this electronic game?
Gamecom active.
Okay, well now I've seen everything.
Really talented? You can be the red, and you can be the green, and you can be the yellow, and you can be the blue.
Hello everyone and welcome to Cheap Noise in the House, the channel where we talk about electronic games and music production. I'm Cheap Noise and survey says I'm in the house, and today we have the game that gave electronic games their second life, a life that continues on to this day. So this game, as I said, came out in 1994 by Tiger Electronics, the same people who are known for making these crappy LCD games. They also made the Furby, which is a really cool toy from the 90s. And they're kind of considered as one of the kings of electronic games in the 90s, because they not only did this, they did Light Wars, which I talked about in the previous video, they did Brain War, Brain Shift, Boogie Ball, they did Harry Potter Magic Spell Challenge in the late 2000s, and they're all really fun game. But let's start with this one. So this one is called Brain Bash. This one, as I said multiple times, this one was released in 1984, and basically you press these buttons to answer these questions. Well, basically it's a bit like Bop It, except it's way more complex and has a lot more actions you need to do in a single command. In the back, you have a switch here for turning the game on and off. You have a battery compartment, takes 4 AA's, and you have a speaker. Let's just see if everything's in frame. There we go. So let's flick the switch. I'll play game 1 and 3 for you.
Let's play Brain Bash.
I can select my players.
1 player.
So 1 player.
2 player. 3 player. 4 player.
I'm going to select 1 player.
1 player.
I'm going to select game 1.
Game 1.
And it's going to start.
Game 1. Level 1. 1 touch 1.
So I touch 1, then 1.
3 touch 4.
3 touch 4.
1 touch 3.
1 touch 3.
3 touch 4.
3 touch 4.
1 touch 2.
1 touch 2.
3 touch 3.
3 touch 3.
2 touch 2.
2 touch 2.
1 touch 3.
1 touch 3.
4 touch 2.
So you get the idea. Basically, you're
2 touch 1.
trying to respond or to react to these patterns
2 touch 3.
and not do anything wrong.
1 touch 2.
Now it's gonna go
1 touch
faster
3.
in a little bit.
1 touch 4.
There you go.
4 touch 3.
And basically, you're trying to get as many points as you can. So technically, you can't lose it in this game,
2 touch 4.
but you're trying to get a high score.
3 touch 3.
I guess the high score you can get is 124. Oops, you see I lost that point. It goes really fast. Yeah, it's 124 points.
2 touch 1. 1 touch 3. 3 touch 3.
And this has 5 games, and each game has, well, some games have multiple levels. Game 1 has 3 levels. So in the first level you can get 16 points, and then 12 points. Ah! It's hard. Okay, so yeah, you can get 16 points per player on this one, 12 points on level 2, and 8 points on level 3. This is so hard to talk while playing the game. I just got this game, so I'm not really good
One,
at it
touch four.
for now. But...
4, touch 2. 3, touch 2. 2, touch 1.
And when you hear
4, touch 1.
the orchestra hit, that
4,
means
touch 3.
I've
4, touch
lost
2.
the points.
3, touch 3.
So now,
Player 1 is winning with 14 points. Nice going. Player 1.
okay.
Player 4 is next with 13 points.
So now it gives the
Player 2 is next with 13 points.
points to all the
Player
players.
3 is last with 12 points. Come on, Player 3. Let's play next game.
But I'm pretty sure I selected one player.
Player 1 is
but-
14 points.
All the 4 players have points. So why is that working? Is that it can't count higher than 199. So what you do in one player is you need to add up each point for each player to get your maximum score. But as I said, you can get 124 per player. Now this is level 2 on game 1 is going to give me timed commands. So basically select 2, touch 3 times. So I need to touch 2 and then 3 times.
Game 1, level 2.
As you can see, the pattern
3, touch 4, 1 time.
is double as long because I have more time to do it.
4, touch 4, 1 time.
4 touch 4 1 time,
3, touch 2, 3 time.
3 touch 2 3 times. It's a bit like a rhythm game.
2, touch 3, 4 time.
That's how I see it. It's fun to do it in rhythm.
2, touch 1, 2 time. 2, touch 3, 1 time. 4, touch 2, 4 time. 3, touch 1, 3 time. 2, touch 3, 3 time. 1, touch 1, 4 time. 1, touch 4, 4 time. 4, touch 1, 3 time. 3, touch 2, 4 time.
Oh, there we go.
2, touch 3, 2 time.
Goes faster now.
1, touch 2, 2 time.
And you really need to
3, touch 2, 2 time.
think, and it speaks very fast, so you need to
2,
understand
touch 3, 2 time.
everything that's saying. You need to keep
3, touch 2, 4 time.
ah
1, touch 1, 3 time.
press 2 too many times.
2, touch 2, 4 time. 4, touch 2, 3 time. 2, touch 2, 3 time. 3, touch 2, 3 time.
And as you can see,
1, touch 2, 3 time.
it doesn't make a sound if I get the command right,
4, touch 2, 4 time.
which is kind of confusing if you think
2,
about
touch
it.
4, 1 time. 1, touch 4, 2 time. 4, touch 3, 2 time. 2, touch 2, 1 time. 3, touch 3, 4 time. 2, touch 2, 2 time. 3, touch 4, 2 time. 1, touch 3, 4 time. 4, touch 1, 4 time. 2, touch 1, 4 time. 3, touch 2, 2 time. 1, touch 4, 1 time. 4, touch 3, 4 time. 1, touch 4, 4 time. 4, touch 3, 3 time. 1, touch 2, 2 time. 1, touch 2, 2 time. 4, touch 4, 4 time. 1, touch 2, 3 time.
And
3, touch 1,
Oh.
4 time.
that is gonna be done.
3, touch 2, 4 time. 4, touch 1, 1 time. 4, touch 2, 4 time.
There we go.
Player 1 is winning with 26 points. Nice going, Player 1. Player 2 is next with 25 points. Player 4 is next with 23 points. Player 3 is
Okay.
last with 22 points.
Okay, I'm not doing so
Player
well,
3.
but
Let's play next game.
it's kind of clever how it works because you can see that it gives equal amounts of patterns to each player. So basically, each player can have 16 points total in one round, and it's kind of like a pack of cards. It picks from the cards and it basically subtracts the different things from each player. So each player ends up having the same amount of patterns. I'm going to switch to game 3.
Let's play Brain Bash. 1 player. Game 1. Game 2. Game 3.
Which is calculation games.
Game 3. Level 1. 2 minus 0.
2 minus 0 is 2.
3 minus 2.
3 minus 2 is 1.
2 minus 1.
2 minus 1 is 1.
5 minus 3.
5 minus 3 is 2.
3 minus 2. 4 minus 3.
4 minus 3.
2 plus 2.
2 plus 2.
2 plus 1.
2 plus 1.
4 minus 2.
4 plus 2.
3 minus 2. 2 minus 1.
So 1.
8 minus 6.
2.
9 minus 6.
3.
8 minus 4.
4.
6 minus 3.
3.
7 minus 3.
4.
0 plus 3.
3.
6 minus 4.
2.
2 plus 2.
4.
6 minus 4.
2.
6 minus 9. 1 plus 2. 3 plus 1.
4. I know.
1 plus 3.
I'm good with numbers.
1 plus 2. 5 minus 4. 4 minus 1. 3 minus 1. 1 plus 2. 5 minus 4. 7 minus 6.
7 minus 6.
3 plus 1.
4.
9 minus 5.
1. Oh.
1 plus 3.
1 plus 3 is 4.
8 minus 6.
2.
4 minus 3. 6 minus 4.
6 minus 4. 2.
5 minus 3. 6 minus 4.
6 minus 4. 2.
6 minus 5.
6 minus 5.
6 minus 3.
6 minus 3.
5 minus 1.
5 minus 1.
3 plus 1.
3 minus 1. 4.
7 minus 5.
Ah!
2 minus 1. 6 minus 3. 8 minus 4. 4 minus 2. 1 minus 0. 7 minus 4. 9 minus 5. 7 minus 5.
I want
6
to.
minus 5.
Okay.
4 minus 1.
I want to talk, but I can't.
8 minus 7. 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1. 7 minus 5. 4 minus 1. 2 minus 0. 5 minus 1. 2 plus 2. 8 minus 4. 2 plus 1.
Whoa.
Player 4 is winning with 11 points. Nice going. Player 4.
I lost 5 points
Player
there.
3 is next with 10 points.
Oh my god, I
Player
lost
2
10.
is
6
next
points
with
there.
10 points.
6 points there as
Player
well.
1 is last with 6 points.
Oh,
Goof.
I
Player
lost
1.
10 points
Let's
points
play
in there.
next game.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn it off. But yeah, so this was just a quick sample of a few of the games. Basically, you have another game where it tells you like to touch across, where the player number 2 needs to touch across, or left or right. So when you're one player, you need to position yourself. So basically, you need to think like 4, even though it's right for you, 4 touch left is right there. And then there's a few more games. There's a game where it's basically like game 3, except the equation keeps on going every time you press a button. So if you forget what you're doing, then you're thrown off the whole equation. And yeah, it's a really, really hard game, but also a very excellent game. I did a top 15 of my favorite games. If I had to do it again, this would be at my top, maybe my top 5 or even my top 3. I love this game. It's absolutely wonderful. It's fun to play. It doesn't require any visuals, and it kicked off a whole generation of electronic games. As I said, Bop It was not there. And just to say one more time how revolutionary that was, the first Bop It with 2-channel audio, so basically 2 sounds that can play at the same time, was, well, the main Bop It was the Bop It Tetris. The other Bop Its would only play one sound at a time, so one channel will separate the beats and the sound effects and the voice on one channel. This thing has 4 channels of polyphony, so 4-channel audio from 1994. How like impressive is that? Anyway, that's it for me. Sorry for the weird dramatic intro at the beginning. I just wanted to do that so bad. And I'll see you guys in another video. Cheers!